circumstances.
If you're just turning on BBC World News, you're watching World Have Your Say, and we're asking if Africans are expecting too much of Barack Obama, who's due to arrive in Ghana in the next few hours. We have three guests here in the World Have Your Say studio. In a moment, we're going to speak to an Oxfam spokesperson who's been attending the G8 conference. Of course, Brett from the Heritage Foundation will be coming back live from Washington, D.C. as well. But first of all, let's go to Shaima Khalil. She's from the World Have Your Say team. And as you send in text messages, tweets, emails and so on, they're all coming to her, and we'll go to her several times during the program. What have you heard so far, Shaima?
Ross, this is on Twitter from Renewal. She says, I hope Obama addresses the plight of widows, women and children in Africa today. Another tweet from Christoph saying, Ghana is one of Africa's success stories, politically, economically, and deserves the spotlight from Obama's visit. This is from Steve in Virginia saying, there are 10 cities all over the nation. People are losing their jobs. Detroit has the highest unemployment rate in the nation. So if Obama can't really help America, how is he going to help Africa? And this from Kelly in Chicago saying, Obama is the U.S. president, and we have enough problems here. What about the blacks who are suffering in poverty in urban areas? Now remember, you can join the discussion too on the blog on worldhaveyoursay.com or join us on Twitter.
Shaima, thank you very much indeed. And just above you on the big screen here in the World Have Your Say studio, Christabel has appeared. Now, it's a little complicated, Christabel. You're from Sierra Leone, you live in Nigeria, but you're live from Washington, D.C. Great to have you on the program. Do you think Sierra Leoneans are expecting too much of Barack Obama?
We're not. I don't think so. We're a bit disappointed he didn't choose us because we did just come through a successful democratic elections where we changed from one party to another.
I don't think you're the only Africans to be disappointed. Nigerians in particular seem to have had their nose put out of joint. But carry on. Yes.
So I don't understand the real reason he's going for this quick stop over in Ghana. I know Ghana's well deserving of the stop. But what I would expect from Barack is that he hold to his pledges. He's been known to, he's just started his tenure, but he's been known to already be breaking promises to Africa. And I've just read this morning that they've pledged $20 billion at the G8 summit to help farmers in Africa be more self-sufficient. I like that pledge. I just hope that he'll hold to it. I think he's going to pledge $3 billion towards that $20 billion.
And it's worth mentioning to all of you watching that it's terribly confusing at the moment exactly what has been pledged. We have $20 billion going towards African agriculture, but then it's not clear how much of that is new money. And then if we go back to 2005, we have the G8 meeting at Glen Eagles, where there are still $20 billion short of the pledges that were made there. So it is terribly complicated. Now, we heard from Christina there from Sierra Leone, live from Washington, D.C. Let's go across to Tabs, who's joining us from Johannesburg, a good friend of World Have Your Say. Nice to speak to you again on the programme. Do you think that South Africans are hoping for too much from Barack Obama?
I don't think we've seen too much of him already, Roz. I mean, we've just already had our election of Jacob Zuma, our president, who's been here, which was a great opportunity for Obama to come and introduce himself to our country. Second to that, there was the Confed Cup where his boys were coming to play. In fact, they got so far as the semi-finals and the finals of the Confed Cup, and still we had no view of Obama. We realize that we are an independent country. We've gone through our own trials. If there are any expectations, I think there is a viewpoint in the policies and the policies that America would support in the exploitation of Africa and our resources.
Now, Tabs, let me interrupt you. You're not particularly happy he didn't come down to see America lose to Brazil in the Confederations Cup final, but he is saying he's going to come for the World Cup next year. So it's not like he's snubbing South Africa.
We have heard that promise, and we are hoping for it. But it's just with all these recent developments, it would have been a great opportunity for him to just put the benchmark, put the more publicity in our country, because it is the gateway. All Africa, everybody should be looking at South Africa at the moment with this huge event coming on that nobody thought that Africa would be able to host. If anything, that's a starting point for Africa hosting such a huge event, and we would have appreciated his approach.
I'm interested to hear, though, that frustration that actually some people have been making a big deal saying, look, no president has gone to Africa faster than Barack Obama, but there's Tab saying in South Africa some people actually maybe he should have gone sooner, and maybe even more importantly should have gone for longer. If you want to let us know what you think about that, do get in touch through worldhaveyoursay.com. Now let's go to where Barack Obama has been spending his past 2 days in central Italy, L'Aquila, and we can speak to Gawain Kripke from Oxfam America, who looks like he's standing in a beautiful Italian summer's afternoon. Are you satisfied with the $20 billion that's been pledged for agriculture in poor countries?
Well, we always want more, and $20 billion, I would say, is a down payment on what's needed to help poor farmers around the world produce more food for themselves so that we can reduce the global hunger. Hunger has now reached about 1 billion people globally. It's a historic threshold. We've never had that many people hungry around the world, and so we really need to make these investments. We had expected an announcement of $15 billion, so $20 billion is better than what we had expected, but still only a small amount.
So Oxfam, a cautious welcome to what's been announced. I wonder, the three of you, Nelson, Alice, Tony, what do you make of what's been announced? Good news for Africa or not?
Yeah, with Ghana in particular, I would say it's good news because if you take something like rice, you know, in the northern part of the country, they produce rice, and then the southern bit also, rice is produced over there. But because the markets have been flooded with foreign rice, the local farmers have virtually no.
But Tony, isn't this the point that all the politicians at the G8 are saying this is different because rather than giving you food, we're giving you money and expertise to produce your good food? Alice, that's a positive step, isn't it?
Well, it is positive. I think what Africa needs really is a support to develop within developed Africa and African systems, which is what we've lacked. We sit here and we expect that education should come to us. We don't want to, it's not part of us. What do we have to do? So really it's a good thing that the world is now beginning to understand that they cannot pamper Africa. They cannot be pushing things in. Because no country will develop if you are depending on aid. Africa has everything it takes to be developed.
But Nelson, does it have what it takes to use the expertise and money being provided? Because lots of Americans in particular are emailing us saying, look, we're happy to give, we're just not convinced what you're going to do with what we give you.
Of course it has the expertise. Look, the expertise is there. Expertise is not a problem in Africa, believe you me. But a lot of the time, I mean, where Africa's actually, where Africa's failed, the West has benefited immensely. I mean, the brain drain out of Africa is emphatic. But as far as money being sent over to Africa, of course, as the gentleman from Oxfam actually says, we'll always ask for more. So,
I wonder